Right, okay, so there's your heart, 4 chambers in the heart. So you have sinus venosus back here, the atrium here, ventricle, conus arteriosus. Then from the conus arteriosus up, you have these little branches, little white branches that go off. Those are the afferent branchial arteries that are going to go to the gills. So they're going to get oxygenated in the gills, blood will be oxygenated in the gills, and then it's going to come back via the efferent branchial arteries. And when the efferent branchial arteries join, which you'll see later when you cut through here, when they join, they're going to form the dorsal aorta, which is here. Okay, so the dorsal aorta is running back around the length of the body, and the dorsal aorta is going to give off a bunch of branches. The first big branch is the celiac, and the celiac artery, you're going to follow that and find its different branches. I'll let you kind of work through that, but it's going to go down to the intestine. Here is your pancreas. Pancreas in sharks is in 2 pieces. There's one piece there, and the other piece of the pancreas, the dorsal pancreas, is kind of just on the other side of the stomach. That's the stomach, that's your spleen. After you get down here, you have 2 more branches that come off the dorsal aorta. You can see them here. One of these is the lienomesenteric, and you know that that's this one because that's the spleen, and lieno means spleen, so this is the lienomesenteric. And then the anterior mesenteric is the other one, which branches off here and is going on to the intestine. Okay. Then you have your posterior mesenteric artery, which just goes to this little digitiform gland down here, this little salt excreting gland. Okay. So now the dorsal aorta is going to continue out in the tail, where it'll be the femoral artery, or will receive the femoral artery, I should say, from the fin, and then out as the caudal artery. So blood flow from the caudal artery returns via the caudal vein, and the caudal vein leads then to the kidneys. So here's your kidneys, okay, on either side. And from the kidney, the blood will be filtered through the kidney and come out into the posterior cardinal vein, and the posterior cardinal vein runs up on either side of the dorsal aorta and will go up to the sinus venosus of the heart. So that's one way back. The second way back is if you went out to the body wall, like for example, you left the aorta and came out in one of these little blood vessels, you're going to return via the lateral abdominal vein, which goes up, and here will receive a vein from an axillary vein coming from the fin, and that joins here with some drainage from the back, and it goes into the sinus venosus up here. And then the third way back is if you came out and you went through the celiac or you went through one of those mesenterics, you would get to the gut. So let's say you came to the intestine, and here in the intestine you would return via the hepatic portal system. So here's part of the hepatic portal system. This is the posterior mesenteric vein. That will lead up, you can follow that through, and that will lead eventually to the hepatic portal vein, which is going to go up into the liver. It'll get to a capillary bed in the liver, and then from there it'll drain into a sinus in the very top of the liver, and then from that sinus into the sinus venosus of the heart. So those are your, everything pumps out one direction, comes back to dorsal aorta. It can go to the tail, to the body wall, or to the guts. Which way it goes determines which system will bring it back to the heart. Okay? So when you're done with all of that, and you follow the branches of the celiac and things, then you're going to make your cut here down to about the posterior level of the heart and cut across. So when you pull this over, you're pulling all of this, including the heart, over this way, and what you've exposed is the roof